Yeah, great night for Tank tonight. I mean, I want to see how it unfolds. I'm like a fan right now, you know, trying to see what type of walkout, his uniform. But I got to say his uniform. He looked real good. I'm looking for what type of performance they're going to put on tonight, you know. Yeah, so we've been working on a few things. Gamboa, he's been doing a lot of good things in his camp for us. Have his new coach, bringing in sparring partners, you know, so that's different that he's doing. So he's really taking this really seriously.
This is the toughest one in his career, Gamboa?
Tank? Oh,
yeah.
Gamboa.
Yeah, like
I mean, you know, I wouldn't say it's his toughest fight, but he ain't never seen a youngin like this.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, the way how I look at it, I look at Stacy. Stacy been with Mike Tyson for years.
Yeah.
They can pass the torch to him so he can go do his greatness.
Keyword you said is younging. Yesterday, it was like a crazy experience with him missing weight and whatnot. But I tell people because he's so young, he can kind of get away with it. It won't impact, let's say, the dehydration. And,
let's go back and look at most champions when they had their time. Everybody went through whatever they went through. But once they start maturing and starting to understand the severity of being a champion, coming with maturity.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been dealing with Tank since he was a baby. Even in the amateur, I had to go through this. You know, but y'all notice we always come back under what? Underweight. We always come back underweight. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
The first time when we lost the belt on the scale, that was being young. You know, the second time, he gave the belt up, but we always come back to make sure we make weight. You understand what he got to do. This time, he wanted to do it by himself to show me that he was maturing. You know what I'm saying?
How does he feel today? I mean, granted.
Oh, you gonna see him?
You know, I mean, what's it?
The doctor said this. He said, "You missed weight." He said, "No, I made weight." He said, "You don't look like you're dehydrated," because he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? We just he miscalculated trying to do what we do on his own to show us that we don't have to worry about him. He got it. And I respect that.
Can I ask a question on the second part when you made weight coming out? There was something about drink water and not eat. Like for
that's a
people who
little
don't really
secret
know.
I do with my fight, and I don't let everybody know what I do. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing, I just wanted him to make sure we be right for the night. Because we want to put a performance on from Atlanta where they'll never forget. And we're trying to go through that door of history so people can have them fights that when we look at great champions, like, Dad, that was a good fight. Oh, that was a good fight, you know. Again, we ain't seen the best of Tank yet. You know, because we always say, oh, he just got power. It's not true. You know, Tank got a lot of skills that we ain't seen yet, you know. And it's coming, 2020. Y'all get to see all these fights that we want to see.
Do you feel like most of the elite fighters at 35 are eventually moving up because they want to avoid fighting Tank, like the Teofinos and Devin Haney?
No, they maturing. Okay. You got to understand business. At the end of the day, it's still business. They still young too. Certain things they got to go through. Lomachenko supposedly be the man, right? We're in his weight class now. And that was the first time I heard him say anything about Tank when he got a scheduled fight with someone else. Am I right or wrong? On national TV. He didn't even see. He said, after I fight you, I'm gonna fight Tank. He said it. I said, what? Okay. So I know somebody talking. It's in the air, so we have to just wait and see.
Do you think you're gonna end up facing Lomachenko or Teofimo, seeing that they're gonna match?
Youngin, listen to my last interview I did with somebody. I gave him some jewels. That's what he had to do because he's a young stunner. He came through the trenches with us. His dad know me and I know his dad, so we all know each other, you know. He can pull it off. He can pull it off, but it's just what frame of mind he in.
And I just want to also talk about their press conference this week. You seemed very emotional when you were giving that speech. I don't even say a tearjerker was coming out. I don't know if you, but
I get emotional because Tank been with me through all thick and thin, through all the kids that I've been working with. Let me see, we had a few kids that was on that level. I lost my son, I lost Angelo, I lost a lot of kids with Tank, and he's seen the loss that we have. And for him, making the way he made it, that he understand that they was lessons. It was bad tragedies, but that was a situation that made him stay focused and don't get caught up in the streets.
What do you think about ESPN trying to portray Lomachenko as an undefeated fighter? I don't know if you've seen the way they're promoting him. Like they erased the one loss.
They doing what they want to do for that 1% of the market to look at this guy that's bigger than big. You know, they mocking him. You know. We can see that Tank got that fan base. Am I right or wrong? Let's talk about cities. Let's talk about numbers. Let's be real about this. We went overseas and sold out. Sold out at home, right? Sold out at New York. Where else we been at? LA, sold out.
Mayweather McGregor card.
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna count that because that was fluid.
Okay. You talking about his main event?
Yeah, I'm talking about Tank now. Now we got this right here. And we start looking at the numbers here. What that makes, y'all? It makes a fist. That means you're holding the money. You know what I'm saying? You're holding the money and the numbers.
Yeah.
So it's undisputed. You know, that's just like when we talked about Joshua and Wilder. They was going back and forth with the money. Now Wilder got control of the money now because Joshua lost. Am I right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? That's all Wilder had to do is just do what he's supposed to do, like he's been doing with his next up-and-coming fight, and he'll be good.
When did you realize that Tank had that spark, that it factor?
Tank always, he was just special. He was just special. It just, he had to find his way. We went to tournaments and stuff. Everybody loved him. You know, when we needed to win to show the cities that we for real to this, he always showed up for me. You know, he always showed up for me. You know, you listen to some. We know each other. We know each other. If you look at his brothers, you notice he talked about his brothers. You see Malik Hawkins just won a big fight. So when we sit there and look at the young guys that's coming behind Tank, we like Manuel Stewart of Baltimore. Keep it real.
And could you clarify what was his amateur record? Because a lot of people talk about Lomachenko's amateur record, and as I understand, Tank has
I think he lost 6 fights out of 200 and something fights.
So he had 200 plus.
Yeah.
And he lost 6?
6. I mean, Tank is. Y'all got to go look at his.
What weight was he
average.
at that time?
65, 80, 100. Remember, we built Tank from scratch. We built him from scratch. He's built for this.
So can I ask you a question? When he was younger, Paul Williams told me that Gervonta and him sparred.
Yeah.
Were you there for that?
Yeah.
And
I don't want.
I mean, it's just
y'all don't understand. We have a history. All Danny Garcia, all the Peterson brothers, all of us have histories because they came through the amateurs. I was just a new coach on the scene, growing up with them guys. They was young. I'm growing up with them as a young coach, and then when they start saying, they was like, "Man, that coach a beast."
I was that Gervonta and Paul Williams sparring.
Well, Paul was older, but he was shocked to see that Tank was trying to get him. He was shocked, like, where this little kid come from, you know? And that's what made me and Paul cool. And Mr. His manager, you know, he still brings his fighters and spar at the gym and whatnot. But that's the history we had.
A lot of people didn't want to fight Paul, so Gervonta was eager to spar him. Like, let's get this.
Paul was playing with him. He was getting ready for some fights. They always brought him Mr. Peterson always bring him to the gym and whatnot. But he noticed something about Lil Tank. You know, I said, man, this little youngin' gonna be something. You know, because he was trying to get Paul. Paul was taller than him. You know, I said, Paul playing with him, you know, but he was trying. He said, man, that little youngin', he got heart. And that's what I'm trying to explain to people. If you hear some people talk about Tank, they tell you don't mess with him. You get what I'm saying? Tank, let me say this. Y'all don't understand what he meant by boxing saved his life. He's for real about that. He could have went either way. You know, he could have got caught up being them kids that's in the streets doing bad things. Because when he in that ring, y'all see the viciousness that he has.
And I guess my last question is, like, there's all these stories of like Devin Haney and Gervonta and all these sparring back and forth, and bets. They were saying there was like bets on the sparring sessions. Like, is there anything to clarify on those little?
Man, his dad is cool, good people. When Tank needed some sparring, we couldn't find on Devin Haney brought his son. His dad brought it to my gym. Gave him some great work. His dad said, man, that little youngin' got it. when he went down Floyd in them gym and spar, I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But I just look at it as great work. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's business. You with me? One day they might fight, one day they might fight. It's based on what weight class and the money.
You think they're gonna fight since they're both in this weight class? And
we don't know. We don't know. We can't tell. You know how the boxing game is. You know, it's what the market wants.
And the politics and the promoters and networks.
I wouldn't say it's politics, but they're on different network.
Yeah, one's the zone.
Yeah. So if they can work the numbers out and whatnot, and I don't sit in no meetings. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My job is whatever paper come across my desk and say who we'll fight. That's what I get ready for.
What are your thoughts on Ryan Garcia was asked about fighting Tank on Twitter 2 days ago, and he said he wants him next year. Do you believe
How many
that?
fighters be calling people out?
A lot.
A ton. Do the fights happen?
Nope.
Reason why I want to get that attention. If a fighter's not fighting, what attention he's getting? I'm keeping it real, you know. So, keep doing your job, man. Get your numbers up. Same thing with Tevin Farmer. He got his numbers up. They offered him a fight. He didn't take the fight.
Why didn't they take the
He
fight?
didn't like the numbers.
Too low?
No, he just didn't like the numbers.